Hello, hello, crafty friends. This is our snow day crafty session number 2. So I'm just going to pull up my video and give everybody a second to get the notification. So this time around, I still have all my cards that I had made in front of me and the 3 we made live earlier. So earlier I showed the kids Valentines that you can send out yourself to any kids in your life, kiddos in your life, or you can help your kids make for their card exchange. So I'm going to let my notifications go out, and I'm going to cut out a couple things that I know that I'm going to need for my next session. So while I'm waiting a second here for everybody to join, I'm going to cut something I forgot. So if you pop in, say hello. Let me know who's here. If you're brand new to hanging out with us on my Facebook page and joining in the lives, please say hello and let us know where you're watching from. Okay, so for this crafty session, I'm going to show you how to make a treat bag for anyone that you want to give treats to. So we have all these wonderful ideas of cards that your kiddos can make. So now I want to come up with how we're going to finish off this treat bag. So this is the Peekaboo treat bags. They come in a 10 pack and they have 5 white and then they have 5 craft. So these are great. You can stick your little treats down in there. They are food safe, but I'm going to put some chocolates in there. So I just grabbed a bag that I had. These are actually a Christmas winter flavor, but that's okay. You can get whatever. So I just grabbed a couple so that you can see what fits down in here. And we're going to have some fun decorating this. So I cut a big circle here. I wasn't sure what size I wanted just yet. And I've decided I'm going to use the Share a Milkshake bundle. And we're going to stamp a really cute treat for your teachers or anyone that you want to give a treat to. So let's see. I picked out some really bright colors. Here's my color scheme. The Parakeet Party, Bermuda Bay, Basic Gray, Melon Mambo, and Sweet Sorbet. So this is a really bright, fun color scheme. And I kind of got the idea from, and I might switch some things out. I haven't completely decided. But we used Melon Mambo on these 2 cards over the weekend. And I really like it with Balmy Blue too. So I may switch that Bermuda Bay to Balmy Blue. But I figured we would stamp a milkshake here, a little treat, and adhere it to our circle so we can adhere it to our cute little treat bag. So these open up like this. So we can fill it. And so these would just slide down in like that. And then you can seal it back up. So before we put our treats in though, we are going to stamp it and decorate it. So it fits about 2 of the Regalia chocolates. Or if you do homemade cookies, I thought the bottoms folded out, but I can't get my fingers down in there to see if it does. So that is the treat bag. So let's stamp. I've got some, that's sweet sorbet. I've got some pieces here that I'm just going to stamp. So these are 2-step stamps. So you can see from this how it layers. And I was thinking about making a little matching card to go along with it, just so you can see how you could step up your card. So I may switch out some of these colors. Rethinking my idea here. So let's do that. I'm going to grab some other colors. Okay, so grabbing some more ink. So let's do, I don't want too many colors. I don't want to overwhelm my space. So I'm going to do my cup. This is going to get cut out. And you don't have to do the two-tone. You could just do one of these. But I'm going to, I like to stamp this one first, this detailed stamp. And thinking, making sure how I want this. Okay. So I'm going to stamp this in Balmy Blue. Oops, I think I did it over too far. We will see. Grabbing another block here. So when I do this full cup stamp, I like to stamp off and then line it up. It's a little bit easier to line up like that. So I'm gonna do die cuts with this one, where the cards we did earlier today were simple stamped. And since I'm gonna do a card like this to go along with our little Valentine treat. So I'm gonna stamp 2 of these. So I'm just gonna ink this up in Balmy Blue. Oops. Okay. Now, for my ice cream layer, or foam layer, someone suggested a root beer float the other day, and that sounds amazing. So I'm going to use this big piece right here, and it's going to be like that. But I think I'm going to do, I think I like the Blushing Bride with the Melon Mambo instead of the Mint Macaron. I like both of them, but so I'm just going to close this one, and I'm going to stamp a couple of these, and I'm going to die cut everything. So if you pop in, say hello. Let's chit chat. And what else? I want a cherry. And I'm going to do the cherry in Melon Mambo. I want something that's bright. I want some bright color on here. And I'm going to do the straw in Balmy Blue. So the straw it's also a layered stamp. So you have your solid piece and then your little stripes. You could do 2 different colors. I'm actually, sorry, I'm just looking for a smaller block. I'm actually gonna do the straw in the Balmy Blue. And then I'm gonna do the solid part stamped off. So I'm gonna stamp it off. Oops. Now this will tuck into these 2 pieces, so I'm not worried about if it's perfect. Now, for my treat, I just realized I need some more toppers. I'll grab another little piece. Forgot we have 2 milkshakes. So I also need 2 straws. Let me grab another little scrap here. And do these. So let me know if you have this set. I think it's so adorable. Such a cute set. And I'm just letting my stamp fall naturally so that it's not curved. You can manipulate the photopolymer stamps a little bit, so you just want to be careful that you pick it up and put it down. Okay, so I guess I need 2 cherries and 2, I forgot I was doing a card. It happens, right? Okay. Okay, so this is such a cute set. I see myself using it a ton in the future. Hello, Vicky. I am doing a milkshake themed card and treat bag. And picked out this color scheme. Are the kiddos watching again, or just you? So when I do my greeting, I'm actually going to choose a greeting from a different set. So that was the Share Milkshake, and I'm going to do some die cutting here as soon as I clear off some space. Let me put my blocks away. So my inspiration was these cards that we did over the weekend. And we're going to use one of these treat bags. And then I'm going to use one of these little cards that I showed earlier. And this was from the technique that we did Saturday. So I'll use those eventually. So I'm going to bring in my little mini here and see if it can do my job for me, since I have little scraps of paper. So right now, you can get this mini with your kit. The option 2 is if you decide you want to be a demonstrator and get the kit and enjoy the discount like the rest of us, you can. Option 1 is the same great deal we have all the time for our kit for $99, except for you get to pick $50 more. So it's $175 worth of product for $99 plus tax. And the tax is based on where you live. And then if you decide to do option 2 is you can pick to add a mini. You can get white or the brand new boho blue, which is going to be an in color when the new catalog comes out in the annual catalog in May. So if that's something that you think you would like, that is an option. So I'm just die cutting everything, and I'm going to try to use my mini. Sometimes the mini and I don't get along. So, and I have it on my grid paper, so we'll see if I can. I have to put it onto my table. Sorry, I know I'm out of the range. There we go. But it slides around on my grid paper. Oops. Good. I hope they are excited to do some more cards. So there's those 2. Oops. Back onto my table. There we go. So I really, the mini is handy if you have limited space, and it does work with most dies that you can send through with small paper, but it does not work with all the embossing folders. So I use mine sometimes when I'm trying to get a few things done, like this. But I can't load it up like I do my other one, so. So it's just for little jobs. I might have to bring in my big one so I can cut a bunch of these at once. Oh, come on, Minnie. It doesn't want to go through. I'm going to bring in my big one. So you've seen that. You've seen this little guy in action. I'm going to bring in my big one so I can cut all of these at once. And it's right here beside me, ready to go. It slides around too, but I can fit all of these on here. See if I have room to feed it all through. So, how many people have this set on their list? Oops. Just trying to line up my dies here. So I know I'm not all the way in the frame, but if you have any questions about how to do it or what to do, you can just always reach out to me. I'm happy to help. Now, if you feel like these might move, then you can tape them with some low-tack tape. So they don't move. You can see my plates are well loved. I cut and cut and cut with them until they just don't cut anymore. So we got a little cherry in our cup. And I'm going to slide this up and run it through again. Oh, as I'm tearing up my paper. Oh, sheesh, I have too much stuff on my desk. Too much stuff. Don't worry about me. Let's see. All right. Oh my goodness. And I dropped all my dies on the floor. It's a good thing they don't go far. Okay. Let's try these down here again. So I use washi tape, or you can use what was I going to call it? Post-it tape. There we go. Gosh, sorry. There, that's a little bit better. Okay, so there's our die cuts, and I'm going to probably just use a like rectangles for the sayings, because I have some of those scraps sitting right here. And I just keep using my washi tape until it won't stick anymore. Okay. Now you could use this fun ice cream cone die cut. This is a standalone die, and it embosses. So that would be really cool too for one of these treat cards. Okay, so I have my card, and I'm thinking I might put some patterned paper on it, just like we did for the cards that we did Saturday. Hi, Hi, Wyatt. Thanks for watching. So there's that. It's just a preliminary. So this, I think I want to stamp it with some Melon Mambo hearts. And I might use a smaller circle. What do you think? I guess, and you could even just use one. You could just use one ice cream. But, you know, everybody likes it when it's piled high. So I'm thinking I might use a smaller circle. And I might stack it like like this. You could even put this like that. And then put your cherry over here. So what do you think? Ooh, Wyatt suggests 2 straws. That would be cute. Let's see if I have an extra straw somewhere. I had some extra bits from the other day. Let's see what color straw. Oh, and it's blue. Okay, good. I had an extra one stamped. Now, I want to show you something else I thought about using. See this die? And then these hearts. These come with the dies. There's not stamps, but I thought this would be fun too. Yes, this is going to be a Valentine's Day treat bag. So it doesn't have to say Happy Valentine's Day. Oh my goodness, I can't get this die off. But I thought this might be cute. You can also kind of make a stencil so that you sponge around it and this would stay white. So I'm going to use the hearts for sure. I don't want to bend this, so I'm just going to wait on that idea. So there's lots and lots of things, but I think I want a smaller circle. I don't know if I have any die cut. Let me see what's in my stash here. I got a plain one. It's not stitched. Oh, I got a gift tag. What about the gift tag? And then we put, let's do that. So I'm going to stamp this, and I thought I would use this and cut some Melon Mambo. I think I have Melon Mambo here in my bucket of things. Sometimes I do. There we go. I think this'll work. Okay, I'm going to die cut some of these hearts really quick, just so that we can have a little fun. Now, I'm off to the side here, so I just didn't want to pull my thing back over there. So I'm going to die cut a few of these. Now, it has 3 hearts together, but they're actually separate. So they look like that when I get over there. And I'm going to do a few of them. So this die cuts 3 separate hearts, and I like it because they're not uniform. So really fun. Tuck that down in there before I lose it. Do I have an octagon? I do have some octagons, but they're not as big. So here's the octagons. These are, oops, this is part of the beautiful shapes. And this big one is not very big. So because I'm putting this big thing on there, I want to make sure that it's sturdy. It might not fit it. But yes, this is another option. This way, maybe. I'm afraid it would cover a lot up, so I'm going to try the tag first. And we'll see. But that will give me some ideas to play with here in just a bit. So if we do this, ouch. So we would have this kind of back here. It's not tucked in necessarily. And then these layered on the front like that. So this is going to be going on our bag. And I'm going to adhere this right to the front of the bag. And then I thought I want to stamp some hearts, but then I thought I could put some hearts on this tag as well. I'm not sure. Haven't decided exactly where. And then I want to do the card with, let me see where my pieces are here. I have some leftover paper cut from this. Let me see which one's skinnier. They're the same size. So I thought I would use a piece of this. I'm going to cut it down a little bit to layer on top, and then we're going to pull in some of those scraps from the other day. And I thought I would stamp your absolutely thank you. Vicky. Yes, I like his ideas. Way to throw them out there. So instead of saying Happy Valentine's Day, I'm going to stamp this. You're absolutely amazing. It's an uplifting message. Thank you for the love. And that way, if you're giving it to somebody that's not your significant other, it's okay. It's just for a friend or somebody that you admire. And also, I wanted to show you, I brought over, oh, I didn't bring it over. I had some baker's twine laying over on my desk, but I also have this. And so I was hoping to see how I could tie this in too. So I don't know. Sometimes you get a vision in your head and you're thinking, how can I make this happen? So this is going to be a layered Valentine. Yes, I love that greeting. So these cards are 4 1/4 by 2 3/4. So I'm going to cut my paper down. I think this is already to 4 inches, but I'm going to cut it to 2 1/2 to fit on my card layer. And you can keep this little strip for the inside of another card that you're doing, or you could even use it on your other Valentines. So I'm going to have this. Maybe I need a little circle or something in here. I want this in the background, but I don't want my cup to blend in. So we're making this like a layered Valentine. So earlier we did a lot of simple stamping. Oops. So there's that. I'm going to put some cards. Oh, you kind of get the idea. We'll put some hearts on there, and we'll stamp our greeting. And I'm going to do it in Melamambo. I am really enjoying this bright pink. So I'm going to stamp a couple of these just to kind of help me start layering things and getting those juices flowing. So when you stamp with a photopolymer, you do want your foam mat. There it is. So I'm going to stamp this really quick. And what do you guys think? Do you want to do the Melamambo hearts on the bag? So we would do it on the top and the bottom where that white is. Oh, like the green. Well, I have a little slice of green, so that's the green. I don't know if it adds too much into our color scheme. You want to be careful how many colors you mix and match. Sometimes it might look too busy. So when I did this card, I didn't use the blue. So I was trying to kind of combine my Mellow Mambo and Balmy Blue with that Blushing Bride color because I liked the Blushing Bride with Mellow Mambo. Oh, this should go on the bag. The green should go on the bag or the blue. I do have a blue strip. So we could do a blue strip. I'm afraid to have too many colors. So let's see. So you could make a strip to go around your bag. You can definitely, no, I messed up my thing, but you get the idea. This is going to be layered. This is up here somewhere. So it depends on how many colors you want to use and your color scheme that you've picked. And I do like that mint macaron with the Blushing Bride and the Mellow Mambo. Oops. So I'm just going to stamp this while I'm still mulling over so there's one. And I need two because I'm making a card and a bag. So I'm going to actually turn this around and stamp right up here. So see how easy you can use up your scraps? Vicki, which one did you mean? Do you mean the green or the blue? Oops. I'm going to close this before I stick my hand in it. So I'm actually going to fussy cut this bottom part. And be careful, hopefully I'm not smearing my stamping. Be careful because this might not dry super quick. And you do not want your words to smear after you've stamped them so beautifully. Oh, no, Vicki, you know, I tend to get going too quick and I smudge my dark colors. I tend to accidentally smear them because they take a little bit longer to dry. Thanks, Wyatt. I am glad you like it, bud. So you can cut this apart. So it says, "You're absolutely amazing." So what was the verdict here with the paper? And so the same thing with this. You can cut this apart. You can cut right along this and say, "You're absolutely amazing," and sprinkle your heart. So let me do this one so you can see. Why, I am glad you are enjoying this on your snow day. That makes me feel awesome. So, you're absolutely, and I'm going to curve this a little bit. I cut a little bit of the M off, but no one's going to notice, right? And I'm just going to kind of make it all the way around. So you're absolutely amazing. And we'll put some hearts around it. Oh, you're right. Right now, this time of day, you would already be off the bus. You're right. I just don't always get to do lives at this time of day. So it's so nice. Now, I do have, let me grab my twine because I forgot it. So we have lots of options. So if any of these colors are in your color scheme, this is a new 3 twine combo pack in the mini catalog that just came out. We have linen thread, which is like a neutral color. And then we have this 5 pack here, and it has white. And you can see I use it a ton. But I'm going to show you a little trick here so that we can kind of customize this white, and we'll see. Oh, and you know what? Actually, I hardly ever use very vanilla. So guess what we're going to customize, because I use this all the time. We're going to use a piece of this, and I'm going to change it up to match my color. You guys ready? Okay, so I'm going to use this blue piece, and it's not quite long enough to wrap all the way around. So if you want, you can kind of crease it like this, and you want it to be loose because you want to be able to open your bag and put your paper in. So you could wrap it like a belly band and tape it. If this bothers you, just trim it to fit the front of the bag. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to trim it here to fit the front of this. I'm just guessing. It's okay if it's not perfect. So we're just going to guess right there. And I know I'm going to need some twine. And you know what I should probably do first? I'm trying to think if we want to stamp any hearts. Maybe some hearts along the bottom here. I'm going to test it out here. What I do with my stamp set. Or you could do the cherries. You could take the little cherry and stamp along the bottom and just kind of make a little pattern. So I'm going to just take this. So this little trio of hearts is a stamp. It doesn't have a die, but it kind of mimics that die. So we're just going to stamp along the bottom of our bag here. And you could stamp this designer series paper. So once you start adhering your card, then you can add more hearts. Thanks, Wyatt. I like it. I like it. So we're going to do some of those, and then we're going to adhere the paper on, and we're going to start stacking things and see where else we might want something. So let me see which one of these has glue. So I'm going to glue this straight to the bag. So you want to decorate and then put your goodies in. So there's that. Now let's start stacking this thing up. So we're going to stack this, and then we'll pick where we want those little hearts to go. So now you like it better? You like those better? They are super cute. You can still add some. We can still add them. They can stamp over top. So I'm going to stick this one on like this. And then I'm thinking dimensionals. Where'd my dimensionals go? For this one. Now remember, I'm not sticking the straws through that little hole like I did on the card. So I'm just going to tuck those behind. So I'm making this come out a little bit, and we're going to glue these right on. What's up, Joe? We're just going to glue these down. And it's okay if it sticks up above. That's all right. Oh, put a heart on the end of the straw. Okay. So we've got this. Oops. Now I'm going to put my little cherry on. Hannah loves this. Good. Good, good, good. I hope I didn't miss any comments. I'm trying to make sure I see all of them. Oops. I got glue on my finger. So there's our little cherry on top. Kind of on top. And let's see. So let's use a glue dot here for our heart because it's just a little bit easier than liquid glue. So I'm just taking my heart and I'm putting it on that little glue dot. There we go. Now, do you like it cut apart or like this? Remember, this is going to go right onto the front of the bag, like that. And we can put some more of these hearts on around it. Oh, Miss Vicky said hi, Joe.
Oh, hi.
Joe's in here too. So we haven't put that on yet. Now let's start doing this one over here. And then we're going to see where we want to put some ribbon. So you can put, we can use both of these to wrap around before we adhere this on and make a cute little decoration. And I'm thinking I'm going to cut this in half. And we're going to color it. So do you think it should be the bright, bright pink? Okay, so Vicky says she likes that. Okay, I'm going to start putting this together down here just so that I can, that way I can figure out where I want the other stuff to go. So remember, if you're handing these out to your class, you can use lots of dimensionals. You can do whatever you want because they're being hand delivered. You don't have to worry about envelopes or anything like that. So I'm going to glue this cup flat, but then I'm going to add dimension over here on my card. So let's see. I'm going to leave my straw as is on this one where it goes through. Oh, I meant to put dimensionals on that. Let that dry. I'm going to do dimensionals on that. Let it dry. So we're going to put this piece up here like that. What I do, there's my dimensionals. Petal pink. Well, remember, petal pink, because this is Blushing Bride. Petal Pink is not, let me see something here. I need to wipe this off for a second. Petal Pink might be too peachy looking. Yes, now we don't have a Blushing Bride blend, but we do have the Natural Tones 1000. Kind of looks like a bright Blushing Bride. But I was kind of thinking the Melon Mambo. Now, and I think Flirty Flamingo would be too too bright. So I'm gonna grab my scrap piece here so you can see. Now it's gonna look different on our thing. So that's the 1000. That's like in our Natural Tones. This is a light Melon Mambo, which is really bright. And then this is the dark. And I think this is gonna look the best, the dark, because it's gonna come closest to that color. Now remember, the alcohol markers, the color is a little bit different than the ink color. Now, here's a little trick. So when I am doing little thin pieces like this, I cut into my mini dimensionals and I cut a little tiny piece to go on the end of my straw. So Wyatt votes for this, and Vicki votes for this, the brightest color. So I'm gonna put this right here. And we're going to put this cherry on. So Hannah thinks the Melon Mambo color. Okay, well, let's give it a try. Let's give it a try. Now we're going to put some hearts on with dimensionals on that one. But I'm going to go back to my bag here. Now we haven't put anything on. So what we're going to do, I'm bringing my scrap paper here. And I want to wrap this around. Like this. And I want to tie it. So I'm going to make it a little longer than I need. And then we're going to, I'm going to color it first, and then I'm going to cut it in half. And I'll save it for, I have 2 teacher gifts to make, so I need my, if you have fabric scissors or ribbon scissors, I recommend those. Unless you've used a pair of snips that's only for ribbon. Oh, I need to color it first. What am I doing? Okay, we're going to color it first. And I'm also going to do some of this twine. I don't know how much I need. So we'll just do at least the same amount. Okay, so that's very vanilla, but I never use it, so let's color it. Make it something else. You guys will have to come over here. Okay, so I'm going to take my ribbon, and you can pick whichever side you want to color on. And I'm going to take my brush tip, and I'm just going to take my blends and color over it. Now I want to, I want to be kind of careful with my tip. I don't want to be too rough on it. And it will get on your fingers. So if you don't like that, then hold it with a piece of paper. You can go whichever direction you like, whatever's comfortable. You just want to color your piece. And you can see this is textured. So it's taken a couple times across. You can turn your marker. Isn't it cool how we can use blends to change our supplies? Now, if you don't have blends, you can use like your reinkers in water and a drop of the alcohol. I forget what it's called, the isopropyl. Am I calling that the right thing? You can use that and soak your ribbon and your twine in it, and it will essentially dye it. So I haven't tried it that way because I'm an impatient crafter, so I don't plan that far ahead. And well, that's why I use my blends. So in order to try to keep my fingers from being pink, it will come off. But if you're going anywhere special, you might not want pink fingers, or you might not care. It's just a sign of a crafter. Aw, I'm sorry, Wyatt. That is the hard part of growing up, but I will tell you, I did have a group of teen girls. They like to exchange gifts with their friends, you know, just friend gifts, not anything lovey-dovey, and they like to make cards. But don't forget, you have your grandma and your mom and your aunt and your sister or your sisters and other people that you may like to send a Valentine to. So think outside the box, even if you don't have a class project. So this is that, that's really twirly. This is that very vanilla twine. And I'm just taking my time and adding some color to it. So you could leave this very vanilla if you wanted, or you could make it a different color. Oh, you know what I should have done? I should have made this one the brighter pink. So I'm just pulling this along. And again, I'm being gentle. I don't want to ruin the tip of my marker. Just pulling it along and kind of changing that color. Or I could have done, we didn't use as many colors in this one. And I like to kind of limit my colors, because if I choose too many, then I start going wild and I don't know how I want to use them. So that's why I only choose 3 or 4. And I try to keep them limited. So there's the twine. You're welcome, Wyatt. So we're going to wrap this around, and you can also use the twine to add on your little tag. So I matchy-matchied them, but you don't have to. You could have even left it the very vanilla. But that's how you adjust or adhere, my goodness. What word am I looking for? What word am I looking for? I can't even think what I was going to say now. This is how you change it. Whatever word I was looking for, it's lost. Alter, I guess, is what I was going to say. So you can alter your ribbon, and I'm just going to carefully, this ribbon's very thick. I'm going to cut it. I'm going to try to cut it in half the best I can. I'm not worried about if it's perfect. If you're worried about perfect, then I guess you probably have a method on how you would do this. But I just carefully run my scissors down the middle, and I am using like a fabric scissor. I want to be really careful. I don't want to cut me. They're extremely sharp. So kids, if you're crafting, you make sure somebody helps you with this part if you're using super sharp scissors. And like I said, if you have snips that you've not used on paper, I suggest marking them with like a ribbon. And I'm going to save this piece for my other bag that I have to do, because my son has 2 teachers, and so we need 2 bags. Now let's get back to this. So I'm going to wrap this around. Now I'm not going to tie this real tight because I haven't stuck my candies in here. So you could do this after. So we're just going to kind of gauge this so that we can, and I'm going to tie a knot instead of a bow. So I'm just going to tie a cute little knot right here. And if you want a bow, you could do it a little bit longer. And you can color both sides of your ribbon or whatever. So this ribbon does come apart. It does fray. So I have this on, but it's not real tight. And then we're going to put this down on it like this. And I'm going to adhere this right like that. So this is going to kind of stay in place. But once you have this where you want it, you could stick a little glue dot back here and hold it even more so that if it gets untied. Okay, so I don't want it too tight, and you can trim it or whatever. And I'm going to adhere this right over top. But first we've got to, instead of tying this onto the bag, we can use this to just tie a bow. We could just tie a bow to go on here. Let's do... Yes, Bear. So you can either use it to wrap it around like it's tied onto the bag, or you can just do a bow like this. Oh, wow. 7 teachers, I guess. Yeah, that makes sense. But if you like to give your teachers a treat, you could do this, and you could say something like, "You are amazing," or we also have a stamp that says, "You truly inspire me." That would be a great saying for a teacher. And that would be cute. That would be cute. So what do you think? Just the bow, or do you guys want to wrap it around and do like it's tied onto the bag? And I know this is fraying. I'm going to trim it here in a minute. That's all right. So I have a lot of extra. I could even put a bow on here. I could put a little bow on this one too if I wanted. So this is already, let's do some of these with dimensionals because I want to do some hearts down here. How many hearts do you think we should have? Maybe a little one toward the top. Ooh, that's nice. teachers appreciate gifts. For sure. And you can never go wrong with chocolate, because most of them that I know love chocolate. So I'm going to put a heart there, and I want this to be on a dimensional. Oh, I need a mini, don't I? Okay, where'd those minis go? Right in front of my face. So this is really fun. I think that'll... Anybody want to vote on the bow? I don't know if I like it there. Not sure where I like that heart. So this is going to go, I think I'm going to do this on dimensionals. So I'm just over here playing, making some treats. This is going to go like this. And then I think seems too big. I'm going to use this little one. So it's fun just to get some die cuts going and so I think I like this as a bow. You could even do a double bow. I'm going to put this on with a glue dot. Now, I'm going to use, let me trim this. So I got a little piece left. I'm going to glue this on right like that. Tack it down. And the window will show a little bit. So if you don't want to tack this down, you could use that twine to just tie this on and then tack it up here so that that window is a little more visible. But I am just going to tack my whole thing down here like this. I'm going to hold it there for a second because it needs a second to dry. I'm going to trim this. Like I said, if you want this side colored, color both sides before you tie it. Now, I got these two Cordalia chocolates. Now, mine are gingerbread flavored because I don't have any Valentine flavored things yet. But you could just stick 2 chocolates or a homemade cookie down in there. And then once you push it down in, you can seal it back. So there's your little treat, and you could scoot it over a little bit so that it shows. So there's your little treat. And then let's put this heart on. Thank you, Wyatt. I thought this would be cute too. So I used a lot of sets earlier. And basically, you can use anything for your Valentines. Anything that you like. That's the beauty of it. So I got to stick this heart somewhere. I'm just not sure where I like it. Maybe, I feel like it needs staggered a little bit. Okay, it'll just land there. So I have this heart left. I could always stick it on here somewhere, tuck it in. We could tuck it in somewhere. If you want. You don't have to. So there is our little treat bag and our matching layered Valentine. And so this has lots of dimension. You could put tons of dimension on here because you're hand delivering it. Then you can write on the back to and from and a little special message. And anyone that you want to give treats to, you could use a little treat bag and decorate it. So these treat bags are from Stampin' Up. They are called the Peekaboo treat bags. There's 5 white and 5 of the craft. So they can go with any color scheme pretty much. And there we go. Wyatt loves the hearts on the straws, huh? Oops. So it could get tucked down in like that. I mean, you still know it's a heart. So fun. We used up some of our designer series paper that was left over from our cards we made. You can use up your scraps and die cut all kinds of little hearts. So that die has 3 hearts, super cute. And you can use all your favorite colors. So thanks for joining me for another crafty snow day session. I am glad you guys could join me and give me a little bit of help on finishing my treats. I hope you enjoyed it. Gosh, what did I do with that stack of cards we made earlier? So earlier we made some cards. Let me grab those out. I have lots of samples where we made robot cards. We made ice cream cards. There's one of the turtle cards. There's another set of robot cards. There's Wyatt's deer card. And here's Hannah's little bunny cards. Aren't those cute? And then here's Joe's. His class cards are all done. I'm missing a turtle card somewhere. It's in here somewhere. But all of these are his cards that are done. So, fun. So, his teacher are going to get sweet treats. There we have it. If you have any questions, let me know. Yes, this die right here, when it die cuts, it's a waffle cone, and where this V's right here, it actually folds over. So it folds over so it looks like a 3D waffle cone. And you can cut it apart and stick it down in your milkshake. I've seen that done. So it's such a cute die. Now, if you use this one, it's so thin. I do recommend the adhesive sheets on the back of your cardstock before you cut it. So thank you guys for the love. I appreciate it. I have no idea what I did with that other card. It's laying here somewhere because I picked them all up. But you get the idea. So I hope you have lots and lots of ideas. Again, this card size. You can change your card size to whatever you like. I use 4 1/4 by 2 3/4 because I can use the full sheet of 8.5 by 11. That's in inches. Cardstock sheet and not have any waste. So, thank you, Vicki. Thanks for spending your day with me 2 times today. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. and seeing about kids' Valentines and treats. So y'all have a wonderful evening, and this Saturday we're going to be playing with some celebration items. So Saturday at 9 a.m. Eastern, I'll see you guys then. So thanks Wyatt and Hannah for hanging out with your grandma and watching my video and commenting along and playing along and helping me design my treat bag. I appreciate that. So I will see you guys soon. Take care.